Ring Out Podcast. I go by the name of Papo Jr. Appreciate you clicking on the video of the video. Just autoplay for you on the suggested video. Highlight your boy, man. Because today, we're going to check out 10 things Triple H unbanned in WWE, man. We seen a few things here and there, like we haven't seen in a long time, like the power driver. But the power driver is not being used on like a signature move or anything like that. But they're using it as a story with Kevin Owens. But unfortunately, we're not getting that Kevin Owens and Randy Orton match anymore due to the fact that Kevin Owens has to get neck surgery. Unfortunately, man, we're gonna miss him a lot. Some color. You know, we're not getting a lot of color, but we're getting color when it matters. We're getting some color when it matters in a feud, like the Jay and Gunther getting Jimmy some color, added more fire into that program, into that feud, man. The fucking Hell in a Cell match between Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, the Cody Rhodes with The Rock and stuff. Like a lot of times that they used blood, it was for the right reason at the right time. Unlike the other side that used blood every fucking week, every fucking time, for no goddamn reason. You know? We gonna check this out. The 10 things. This video is by WrestleMania, man. Check out their video. They've been doing this shit for years, man. Check them out. Go subscribe and all that good stuff. Without further ado, man, let's get it.
10 things Triple H unbanned in WWE. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Number 10. The pile driver.
I just spoke about that.
Despite the Attitude Era being the Wild West in WWE, one of the things that WWE, well, specifically Vince McMahon...
And I understand why the pile driver has been, you know, banned. Totally understandable. That shit could take people out, careers out, you know, for a lifetime, man. Seriously. It's like a reverse tombstone. I feel like with the tombstone, maybe they have more control over it, you know, with the Undertaker. The way Macho Man has it positioned, maybe it's a little like, you know, but you really gotta jump and, you know, really protect the guy that's taking the fucking shit. Or the way the Undertaker's doing it, does it. I feel like he has better control of protecting the one that is taking it. Like, I don't know if you heard about the Hulk Hogan story with the Undertaker. Hulk Hogan taking the tombstone. He's talking about that. Oh, you got me, brother. When he really didn't. And the Undertaker hates the Hulk Hogan because of that. And he saw what kind of the type of person Hulk Hogan really is, man. Full of shit. Man, that was a funny story. The Solemn Monster mentioned that story a few times, man. Go subscribe to him, bro. If you never heard of the Solemn Monster, man. Every time when he tells the story, bro, that shit is just fucking hilarious. And at the same time, shows the type of person Hulk Hogan is. One of the reasons why a lot of people don't like Hulk Hogan, bro. Seriously.
Firm on was a ban on the pile driver. Unless you were named such as The Undertaker, the pile driver was strictly prohibited. McMahon believed that the move was very dangerous, and he wasn't going to allow wrestlers to risk injury by allowing them to perform the move in their matches. McMahon stuck to this blanket ban for decades, and it was only in 2024 when Triple H decided to loosen the rules around it. WWE would allow Kevin Owens to use a variation of the move known as a package pile driver. This version
that looks a little more safe, bro. Dude is holding on to the whole body, and the one's taking it like, and he's protecting. Kevin Owens is protecting the one that's taking it when he jumps and he lands on both his legs, and he could put his fucking thighs together to protect the head of the one that is taking it like that, you know?
A lot safer compared to the traditional move, and Owens is well established as being one of the safest wrestlers in all of WWE, so it makes sense why the game trusts him so much. To date, Owens is the only name that has been given the green light to use the move, and unless something drastic changes, it's unlikely to remain a move
he's protecting him right here.
Number 9.
Both thighs holding to the dude's head and just drop. Once he's dropped, you know, he's being protected, and Cody has taken it and Randy has taken it.
Scripted promos. Under Vince McMahon, talent were micromanaged into oblivion, and this extended to promos. Wrestlers, unless they were at the upper echelon of the company, were given scripted promos that they had to follow word for word, and if they didn't, McMahon would verbally berate them backstage. Thankfully, under Triple H, this has vastly changed. The game prefers to give talent free reign when it comes to their promos, and this usually sees talent given bullet points, and then they're allowed to add their own unique material.
I said that in one of my previous videos. Don't remember which one. It's gonna be a lot of stopping and talking. So if you don't like it, I'm gonna put the link in the description so I could watch it, uninterrupted. But I've said that in my previous videos. Don't remember which one. That if you give them unscripted promos, give them some bullet points, it shows the personality and how they can deliver their promos. Man, it shows authenticity, originality, and you can actually feel what the wrestlers are saying. You want that from the fans. You want the fans to feel what what the wrestler is trying to say. What are they talking about? You feel me? Like, come on, we can tell how scripted shit is and fucking formulaic formula. You know what the fuck I'm trying to say? You feel it how fake it is. Some wrestlers need it, like the Miz. Miz needs, but there's times when Miz is like, bro, you don't need a fucking script. Just take some bullet. I will never forget the promo he gave to fucking Daniel Bryan on that talking smack when he was IC champion. That was fucking great in 2016. But Miz said that he needs a script. He needs guidance and shit. I'm like, no, you don't, bro. Trust in yourself, man. So we need that shit, bro. And I'm glad that Triple H is letting people, Drew McIntyre is a great fucking example, bro. He's fucking great on the mic.
This in turn has turned WWE into the promo company, as some of the work from wrestlers such as Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, and Drew McIntyre have been outstanding.
Sami Zayn is another one.
Number 8, controlling the commentary team. Vince McMahon was obsessed at controlling everything his commentary team said and did, so much so that numerous names quit their commentary position over the years. Whilst McMahon could have easily done this in a relaxed manner, his approach was outdated and borderline tyrannical, as he would often scream at the announce team whenever they said something that he didn't like. Under Triple H, the idea of controlling the announce team is out of the window. For the most part, Michael Cole as lead announcer for WWE is completely trusted to run the show and run commentary, and the results speak for themselves. The sheer quality of the commentary output in WWE vastly improved overnight, and Cole didn't just have his love for pro wrestling reignited. For the first time in years, he seemed genuinely happy calling the action. Cole himself has spoken at length about how happy he is under Triple H's management. This is what the WWE veteran had to say during an appearance on the Pat McAfee show. I think that freedom has really allowed the superstars, and I know for me, and I know for Pat as well, has allowed us to be more entertaining, to be more relaxed, to be able to sit back and enjoy this product as a fan. Also, who knows characters better than the character? Seth Rollins knows his character better than anyone on the planet, so why not allow him to be able to bring that character forward? I've seen everything in this business for nearly 30 years. I've never had as much fun as I've had the last couple of years. Not only working with you, but working with Paul Levesque. Now, it's certainly alarming that McMahon had no idea that trusting his talent to do their job was the secret to them producing the finest work they've ever done.
Now, sometimes they go overboard here and there, but at the same time, it brings more fun into the television experience, in the TV experience, man. When we're watching Pat McAfee, he's fucking great to listen to. I would love to have Corey Graves on Raw or SmackDown, but unfortunately he's on NXT. But at least he has a job. That's all that matters, because Corey Graves is fucking great. Michael Cole looks like he's having a fucking great time. And that's great, even though sometimes, like I say, they go overboard. I'm like, all right, relax, chill. But it is great that they got that, they don't got that fucking weight, on their fucking backs, that fucking ear screaming at them all the fucking time. Say this, say that, say it like this, say it like that, promote this, promote that, plenty of times. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's not fun. You're way too, like, relax, man. Let's wrestling. Let's have fun.
Number 7, shorter premium live events. Our fans are split on whether Triple H's approach
Don't get me started
to premium live events is an improvement compared to what came prior. The game opts for shorter PLEs, and usually these cards have 5 matches. This allows everything to breathe, yet often a lot of key matches aren't able to make the actual card, which can often be disappointing. Also, these shows are filled to the brim with commercials, and this is obviously a TKO call, but it still impacts the quality of the show overall. Vince McMahon was obsessed with stacking his PLE match cards, and this became highly detrimental when it came to shows such as WrestleMania 35, as the show went on until midnight in the US, and it was so late that fans struggled to get home. There needs to be a balance there, and hopefully in time Triple H finds the right balance between a concise PLE match card and a match card that satisfies the general WWE audience. Number 6.
Do I need to say it? I'm just glad pay-per-views are not on Sundays anymore. Except for the WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2, SummerSlam Night 1 and Night 2, and the future Royal Rumble Night 1 and Night 2 that we're gonna get. But I'm glad WWE PLEs are now on Saturdays, man. And it's also like for those that work on Mondays, it ain't fair to them, bro. That you got a fucking pay-per-view on a Sunday. Do I need to fucking Tony Khan? You got 12 matches on a fucking Sunday night fucking pay-per-view ending at 12:30 at midnight, bro. 12:30 a.m., bro, in the morning. Motherfuckers gotta work the next day. Oh, I don't watch the pay-per-views. I gave up on that shit months and months ago. Just because of that reason. I'll watch it on the fucking website the next day or some shit like that. Y'all not getting my fucking money anymore. Y'all don't fucking deserve it. Hell no. Y'all want to put in 12. And by the way, fucking Dynasty had matches that belong on fucking Dynamite. Why would you put round one of the Owen Hart tournament matches on a fucking pay-per-view? That showed me, like, y'all could have cut. That was your opportunity right there. Cut down on the matches and have a shorter pay-per-view. Make it 3.5 hours. Easy. No, y'all want to go to 12:30 at fucking night, have 12, 10 fucking matches, bro. Having matches that don't belong on the fucking on the fucking pay-per-view. You had a Ring of Honor fucking championship match on a fucking AEW pay-per-view. But they have AEW wrestlers. I don't give a fuck. It's for the ROH championship. Put that shit at Super Card of Honor. That was another match I could have scrapped off. Like, come on, scrapped off, whatever. Stop with the long ass matches. And now y'all got like 9 pay-per-views and y'all gonna stack them up 12. They don't care, bro. They don't care about you. They don't care about you. On a fucking Sunday night, 12:30 at midnight, that shit is ending. And you gotta go to work in a few hours. And the pay-per-views. And they had great pay-per-view. They got good wrestling on those pay-per-views. But look what happened at Dynasty. I didn't watch. But look at the fucking people's reaction, the fans' reaction. The majority were fucking disappointed and frustrated off that ending. Everybody's talking about that fucking ending. They ain't talking about the rest of the show. So that was like a waste of fucking time. Like, come on, man. Cut the fucking pay-per-views. But that's not gonna happen. They don't give a fuck. They don't care about you.
The word wrestling. Now, under Vince McMahon, the word wrestling was seen as a taboo word, as if it was almost as if McMahon was ashamed to run a pro wrestling company. This is why McMahon would coin the term sports entertainment to refer to the pro wrestling aspect of the company. According to McMahon himself during an appearance on the Pat McAfee show, he believed that distancing himself from the word allowed WWE to separate themselves from everybody else. There's always been wrestling. I wanted to separate us from everybody else. My dad wasn't a part of that. Well, he was part of the NWA, but he had his own branding. It was Worldwide Wrestling Federation many years ago, and I thought that was brilliant. Wow, you're making yourself different from everyone else. And at the time when I bought my dad's business, he'd have never sold it to me if he knew what I was going to do. It's like, separate yourself, be who you want to be, especially the brand. It's WWE. It was WWF, which is another story. Under Triple H, wrestling is no longer a dirty word. Wrestling is name dropped every 5 minutes on Raw and SmackDown, and finally embracing the art form of pro wrestling is certainly helping a lot of lapsed fans get reintroduced to the WWE product once again. Number 5.
Wrestling, belt, title shot, hospital. Like, stop that shit, bro. Stop it. You're a fucking wrestling company. Like, stop it. Seriously, I'm glad that shit is done.
breaking kayfabe. Now, kayfabe is the act of making wrestling seem real to the outside world. Vince McMahon, with a few exceptions, kept this intact for decades. However, this all went out the window when Triple H took over. In Triple H's era of
And that shit been gone way before Triple H took over.
WWE,
well, yeah.
Wrestlers openly talk about being a face or a heel, and even the opening of Raw on Netflix had Triple H breaking down the secrets of pro wrestling. The game would address WWE doing this on the post-Raw press conference, and his comments surprisingly led to a lot of controversy. The reaction seems like we did a good job with it. That was the intent, to capture the emotion and let people know we're not hiding what we do. I saw a lot of the chatter today from people saying, oh my god, they said heel and face and shoot and work in one promo. We're not hiding what we do, that's what we do. To be honest, I think most of the world understands those terms, and they've almost transcended our business.
We may understand it, but at the same time, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear heel, babyface, tweener. I don't want to hear none of that. Work, shoot. I don't want to hear it. Like, we know kayfabe is fucking either on life support or is fucking dead. We know it. And I like the fact that Triple H doesn't, believes that we're not fucking stupid. Like, we know about the business. I mean, that business, is ever since the fucking curtain call. So, but at the same time, don't fucking shove it in our faces, bro. Because you're telling, like, I get it. It's a fucking predetermined. It's entertainment. I get it. But don't fucking say those shits, bro. It's just like, come on, bro. Just fucking go with the flow. Feel me? Like, we get it. No. Give us a shoot here and there. But don't say that it's a shoot. Like, keep us guessing. Keep us talking. Don't fucking say these words. They cringe, bro. When John Cena said, I'm not going to be a heel or face or... Like, shut up. Like, what the fuck?
It's what it is. People know what we are. We talked about it. We're not insulting anybody's intelligence. We're an art form. Absolutely an art form that captures people's emotions.
Yeah, keep the art going. Keep the art going.
Take ourselves as seriously as most other people take us.
And show some realism as well and all that good stuff. But this is entertaining. This is a television show,
This has continued into the second quarter of 2025 as names such as The Rock have discussed the makings of their storylines just minutes after the show has gone off the air. It's understandable why traditional wrestling fans hate this type of thing, and it's unlikely to change anytime soon. Number 4. Outside bookings. And once you were signed to a WWE contract under Vince McMahon, the chances of McMahon allowing you to work anywhere else for a one-off appearance was extremely unlikely. Bookings of any kind had to be approved by McMahon, and he mostly rejected every single one of them. This led to a lot of disgruntled wrestlers over the years, as it wasn't just independent dates that wrestlers weren't permitted to attend, it was even movie and TV projects that in turn would have been amazing for their stature and popularity as a WWE name. But Triple H has changed this rule, and talent are allowed, within reason, to take on dates outside of their WWE contract. Wrestlers left, right, and center have shown up on the independent scene and almost even had a run in Japan. This is such a win for everybody involved, and it gives exposure to other smaller companies, and it allows wrestlers to know that they're working for a company that cares about their other ventures. Number 3.
That's fucking great, bro. And also gives talent those that are not in, like, let's say those that are not in WrestleMania. Every time there's WrestleMania, there's a lot of indie promotions that want to do shows around the area near those dates and stuff like that. And then you got wrestlers that work under WWE that are not in WrestleMania, like Bloodsport. Shayna Baszler going to Bloodsport. She could go to Bloodsport, get some bread out there and all that. And that's cool, bro. And it also shines light on other independent promotion as well, man. And then WWE could look into those that are in those independent promotions. Check out those wrestlers. I'm like, like scouting them as well. It benefits both, man. It's dope.
3. Booking time off. One of the fundamental problems with Vince McMahon's WWE was that the talent were burnt out. They were working multiple times a week around the US without a break, and they were all exhausted. Taking time.
Wait, what was this shit? What was that?
Fundamental problems with Vince McMahon's WWE was that the talent were burnt out. They were working multiple times a week around the US without a break, and they were all exhausted. Taking time off was strictly forbidden, and top names such as CM Punk and John Cena were often working injured when they should have been resting at home. Triple H and TKO have changed this, and now WWE live events have basically been removed altogether. Now they still deliver international tours, however the idea of wrestlers working multiple times in a week is no more. According to Punk during an interview on the Masked Man show, WWE talent have access to an app that allows them to book key dates off. What I think is now in place is a system of management that understands burnout. The talent again is so rich that if Cody needs a show off, he can take that day off. If I need a day off, I can take that day off. I'm still flabbergasted that there's a tab on the WWE app that you can click and you can request days off. Brother, it still blows my mind. It's a brave new world.
That's dope, man. And like physical contact, they put their bodies on the line every time they're in that ring for our entertainment. That's the way it should be. But you got to let them know ahead of time, weeks or months in advance. Yo, I'm gonna take this day off. All right, so plan around that type shit. You know, same thing like a regular job, man. I work 4 days a week, but I've been working my ass off for the past 3 days, working 50 hours a week. I know people work longer than that, but you know, it gets exhausting and you do burn out. You know, you probably want to request, let me get 2 days off. I could get a longer, have a nice 5 day little vacation so I could really rest and then I go back to work, ready to work, A lot of physical, you know, mentally and physical. You could be drained, man. Feel me? So it's good. In wrestling, that shit can get exhausting. But your body, look what Kevin Owens is going through right now. He got to get neck surgery, bro. Dude puts his body on the line way too much, man. That fucking ladder spot at Royal Rumble, that shit. I was like, bro, how the fuck you still alive from this shit? And then I think from there, that's it. I mean, I'm not saying that's what caused it. Maybe it made it even, of course, it made it worse. But he did mention that over the years of him putting his body on the line, every time he went on his own to get checked out, and he said, "Nah, you got this, you got that." And now look, so shout out to him for like actually checking out for it on his own. Like he cares about his own health. Now he's out for a while for his own health. Hopefully he come. I mean, we're gonna miss him, but this is why they needed this burnout and take care of their bodies.
Now, the new WWE schedule has received endless praise from WWE veterans such as Randy Orton, and this is something that could have easily been introduced a decade ago, yet WWE just didn't want to put their talent welfare at the forefront. Number 2.
And you got look at the past wrestlers in the back in the day. Wrestlers back in the day. If you didn't work, you wasn't getting paid. So they had no choice but to pop pills and all that so they won't feel no pain. And get in the ring. And then travel. And get back in the ring the next day. And get like 2 fucking matches in one night. Like, it was brutal back in the fucking day. That's why they were all hooked up on fucking pills, man. And then later in their life, and over the years, the body turns against them. You know? They die in an early age. And shit like that. Brain damage. Fucking sucks, bro. That was some brutal shit, bro. They need to take these days off. So I'm glad Triple H just gave them time off whenever they need it. Burnout is fucking real.
2. Bloodshed. And WWE have managed to figure out a way of incorporating blood into their top angles without breaking PG guidelines. Blood can be a great tool in selling the emotion and intensity of a pro wrestling angle, and thankfully Triple H has decided to unban bloodshed. Key moments such as Drew McIntyre versus CM Punk inside Hell in a Cell and The Rock attacking Cody Rhodes have all led to bloodshed, and this has helped take the angles to the next level. WWE have thankfully not overused the blood, as it's used sporadically and only when the time is just right. Vince McMahon insisted that blood wasn't to be used in the PG era, and he often lost his mind if doctors couldn't patch up any unintentional blood in matches. According to Triple H on the Impulsive podcast, WWE haven't exactly changed their philosophy on bloodshed, but when it's needed, they will pull that trigger. Cody gets busted open the other day. It's shocking, especially in the right scenario. It was powerful. A lot that happens all the time, who cares? You know what I mean? So it's not a shift of philosophy, it's just when it's needed. Pull the trigger. But the discipline is only pulling the trigger when it really means something and when it's shocking, not when it's just, oh, we should do this when it counts. Now, a lot of fans have theorized that TKO,
dare I say, never mind, I'm done.
is completely cool with WWE unbanning blood, especially with UFC featuring blood in virtually every bout. This is a smart theory, and as a
Because UFC, they really fuck each other up. They're trying to go for that KO punch, KO everything. They fuck each other up. You see, fucking, you know, this is predetermined. So when it's needed, do it. You don't need to do it all the fucking time, right? So
a ton of merit, but would need to be confirmed by a TKO representative or even Triple H if it's true. And number 1, CM Punk. Vince McMahon was often open to making amends with former disgruntled WWE talent. However, in his later years, McMahon seemed less willing to reconcile, and it was often Triple H that would act as a facilitator between WWE and the wrestler in question. This was seen with names such as the Ultimate Warrior and Bruno Sammartino, as Triple H worked endlessly to get the two legends back into the fold, and his casual approach worked wonders. When it comes to the way Triple H views disgruntled names returning to the company, it's seen as water under the bridge. Names such as Scott Steiner, who said some horrific personal comments about the game, have been welcomed back, and Triple H has put forgiveness at the forefront. In relation to CM Punk, he was truly a name that fans were convinced would never return. It was even said that when Punk visited a Raw show before his actual 2023 return, McMahon insisted that he was thrown out of the building. But it was Triple H who reconciled with Punk, and the two, having a chat about all the bad blood, managed to resolve things. In 2025, the two just don't work together. They have an incredibly healthy relationship, and the two are often seen engaging in laughs and even hugging backstage. Punk has gone from being outright banned in WWE to being one of the biggest and most valuable names, and this is all down to Triple H and the new regime. But they have
that is fucking great. I'm like, I keep saying this, man. Well, y'all never heard me say it, but it's just great to see CM Punk back in WWE again. He puts out great television, the promos, the wrestling, and all that good stuff. Every time you hear, you can't wait. You're on your edge of your seat. You'll be like, yo, shut up. Don't bother me. This Punk is on TV. Dude captures your attention like that, bro, in an instant, man. And it's fucking great. Dude is entertaining. Dude is a fucking pro wrestler, bro. And I love that he's back. And Triple H, he sees money. This is business. So he's willing to make amends. Well, CM Punk went out there to fucking apologize to people and all that. So Triple H is like, this is business, man. Let's do it. Let's put our differences aside. The past was the past. Time heals all wounds, man. People change. We get more mature when time passes. Let's do it. And look, they have a healthy relationship, hugs and laughs and all that good stuff. Let's work. Let's fucking work. Let's make money. There you go. And that's the beauty of it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, if you made it this far into the video, appreciate you. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, comment down below, and all that good stuff, man. Until next time.
Goodbye. Mwah, and good night, bang.
Peace.